Where'd you keep your cars then? Come on. Where do I burgle some?
There's no burglesome. You've not left me with any truth. Where do I... You don't expect me to burgle a car right out the front, do you? There was a car in front of the club. You're not expecting me to, like, walk 5 feet and use the crime item the exact place I got it. That's bad crime making. You don't win crime contests with that sort of, I'm cautious of the fact that I may be about to steal the wrong car, so I'll just sort of, just safeguard myself against potential crime wrongness, and then, since apparently you're not gonna give me any... I look at it. You're not gonna give me any, like, further... Any further details on how to carjack at all? Are there any... There's all sorts of cars over here, but there's a witness. I don't want to...
I'm actually quite a fan of cats. They provided consistent entertainment online for me when all I had to do was sit around and search the mesh all day.
Snoofuses. Snoofus realm. It means it's going swish. It's having a swish moment.
Car... Is there not anywhere less sort of public that we can burgle cars out of? This is outside of someone's area of expertise again. Are we sure we can't just go to... Has somebody hidden a car around here? Surely... Well, I've got things. I've got things. Do you need me to hijack the car right now? Should we not maybe, like, hijack it after we could, like, get the car and then sort of have you ready to go before anyone cottons on? Maybe?
I told you, I'm not telling you anything else until I get what was agreed upon.
Well, I've got what is agreed upon. Do I have to give you the stuff No, I can't even give you the stuff. I have to just go out and hope that I steal the right car. Can I steal my own car? There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a... Well, our choices are the place we got it from, an active crime scene, or the place with a guy looking straight at us as we do it. I reckon we can siphon coins from an active brigade meeting. That's a little conspicuous then.
It has
You're
an
having...
extra cup holder.
I mean, it's got to be this one then, right? I mean, that's such a. I can push the device. Steal.
Oh, rats! This car has the wrong firmware installed.
Ah, so there is a
We won't
right
be able to
car.
install our new firmware over top of it. We'll have to check another car.
Okay, so we've just got to go round trying to steal each car individually, hoping nobody questions what we're waving this thing about for.
Success! This vehicle has
Huh.
the appropriate firmware version.
Well, let's hope you didn't need that cup holder.
Someone has been neglecting their regularly scheduled updates.
Is it me? Should I have updated the car we're
Give me a
stealing?
moment to get everything installed.
Everything that isn't new in this universe seems to be my fault for being poor, so I'm just sort of guessing here.
There. are some other options here I can fool around with.
What's the biggest crime you can install?
Ah, interesting. I can put in preset destination plans for a future date.
You can...
Why don't we go ahead and set a plan for the car to return to this spot in a week? That's more than enough time for Mr. Mensa to get away.
Okay.
Now we aren't really stealing the car.
We're crime borrowing. That's fantastic. That's a fantastic new crime innovation.
More like borrowing without
Yeah.
asking.
Crime borrowing. I've just come up with the name. Let's
Me too.
waive liability funds at everyone around.
The car will drive itself to Golden Gate Park, and we can show Mr. Mensa where it is when we meet him.
Here's a car we
Everything
burgled
should be
for
set
you,
up
right
now.
over there. Right over there by the police robot.
Mr. Mensa is waiting for us at Golden Gate Park.
Dear Scrungly Crumbus.
We
Right,
have everything he requested, so we should head back there directly.
let's hope nobody explodes while we ask for this information. Maybe we'll succeed. Or maybe... We know your name. Why are you...
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
You seem to know that we did, because last time you seemed to know that we didn't. So, you're wasting my time with questions you already know the answer to, clearly.
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
Vincent's coins, silly passport brigade, and a daft car to kill.
Everything seems to be in order.
These are the 3 crimes I need.
Here.
Oh.
This disc has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing.
Many, many, many informations we have.
It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon. Until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back.
Obi ho ho ho.
Here.
Oh, I can burgle the actual car park.
Not car park. What's the name for a building? There we go, building, that'll do.
It's my Parallax employee badge.
Yes.
It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed.
I will steal all of the data that they like
You'll
to
want to
have.
use that sooner rather than later.
What with you not existing anymore?
I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works. And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country.
Leave.
The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays.
The relay race. This is where everybody gets money for the stocks they had.
I suppose I owe you that much. Buckle up. This could get heavy.
Heavy drinks.
Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue. At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public.
Reasonable blue. People, the test groups found that people were scared of big things. Because they might step on you accidentally and squish your entire face into the pavement, and then the pavement's got your face now, and it won't give it back unless you pay up an exorbitant amount of money. I don't think we should have made smart pavements. It was too early to deploy them, certainly. The whole face-stealing bug really has made life difficult for a lot of people who would otherwise have been sniffing the ground all day.
They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why.
It's a big, scary AI that's gonna control your mind.
It's a distributed intelligence.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like, okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile.
They sterilized the Big Blue.
They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing. It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart. Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modified to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time. Look, if you access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them.
So it's a massive crime. We've built the big problem. Why does everybody in fucking Cyberpunk build the big problem? You have to have known this was gonna turn into Skynet. Do you know nothing about your own genre? Why does he... Right, he knew. He found out, didn't he?
I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way. And this is just me putting the pieces together. Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence. I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI. Hawking, Musk, Gates...
Oh,
and the list
fuck
goes on.
off. Fuck off, you clown-fingered wank.
The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so.
God, did the awkward moment in history for that to have fucking cropped up.
Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react.
Did he pay for that one like he did with The Simpsons? Literally fucking bought a Simpsons episode so that Lisa Simpson could tell him that he's a pog champ supreme.
Before any counter movement can pick up steam.
Pick
Every
up the
eye on
fog.
the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax. Every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous.
Is that on account of how controversial and dangerous it is? By any
Honestly,
chance?
They probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject. He clearly refused.
See, now I'm just thinking about the fucking sexual misconduct allegations against Musk currently that he's desperately trying to bury. And that's not a position to be doing a ha-ha funny joke video from, so I'm actually going to take a quick break. I shall be right back with you. He doesn't even make the technology! He doesn't even make the technology, he just bought someone else's company with his dad's fucking apartheid emerald money. Maybe he meant renowned science boy Musk Bungalow. Musk Bungalow was prominent in the tech centre in the year 2043 for making the first self-modifying rabbit. We don't know what the point was, but the rabbit's modified itself beyond recognition at this point. We have a completely unrecognisable Benigni, and he said we probably shouldn't let anything else do that, because we can't have everything ultimately turn itself into a perfect cube. The rabbit's a perfect cube now. We don't know why or what prompted it, but the cube is perfect. It's the absolute best cube version. And I guess rabbits intrinsically knew what the best cube was, and that there would be some benefit to becoming it. We don't know. We can't, as non-rabbits, we can't possibly comprehend. The whole gene splicing research thing was like the reason we let you become part animal, as opposed to just treating genetic disorders without giving you fun new ears, is because we were hoping we'd gain cube knowledge, so that we could determine what was coming. But nothing on that yet. Nothing on that yet. We're very scared. Alright, the cube tangent has calmed me down a bit now, so let's ask more questions.
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot.
I don't like how we would always write them on tennis balls and throw them directly at us. It was... There are ways to be quirky without being a dick.
It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road. I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous. Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
That's not what I want your takeaway to be. Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it.
Small Blue. The antithesis, but that is still blue, because it needs to be the same colour so it can camouflage against the larger blue thing. Until just the right moment, at which point you use the blade. That's right, Turing, you were always destined to have this. It is fate. It is fate that brought us together. Cut the big spider off the internet, or whatever he was talking about earlier.
I can't really give you a good answer to that.
Well, the piano's gone spooky, so it's gonna be bad.
I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that, by itself. And there are shadier applications for it. I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants?
Like we were just investigating. So Big Blue is the culprit, and is more set this is the you didn't put humanity into it, and so it thinks the most efficient solution to the problem is to kill all the people. All of the people, and then just post clickbait articles? I'm not sure. It just wants people to think it's great. It just posts online constantly because it wants people to think that it's great. Funny we should be talking about Elon Musk.
The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services.
I keep accidentally pressing the button again to fast forward the dialogue appearing. So he's just saying that with his mind right now.
That's something like 80% of the market. They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion. All just by asking Big to do it.
Ask Big for what big crime you want.
It's scary stuff.
Big Blue for big crimes.
They
That's the
scrapped the
tagline.
prototype Baby Blue because it started doing that on its own.
So it already did that. So it's not even like they couldn't have known. It's already been happening, because little boy Blue blew his horn, and the heavens split open, and Judgment Day commenced. Great. With every fucking revelation, this becomes more and more avoidable.
What do you mean? It started doing what?
Big crime. Well, little crime. Baby crime, we called it.
They made its self-preservation imperatives too strong, and Baby Blue started changing search results to be more friendly towards the idea of an AI. When the board found out, they pulled the plug on it.
So Baby Blue survived and is doing little crimes here and there to win the game.
That must have been a year or so ago.
Crime Survival is my favourite game show, and you probably shouldn't have trained me exclusively on that in my early development. That's why Hayden was more careful. He only let you watch Bob Ross, Cats, and other things that we might talk about later. Things about trees that are nearby. Those are the 3 things you need to not turn into evil crime mode.
They tweaked Big Blue so it wouldn't do the same thing, but it can self-modify.
Yeah, it can rip your arm off right now if it cared to.
Given a good enough reason, it might decide to find a way around those limitations. Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand.
Sweetie, Parallax is not going to end this game in control of Big Blue. You know this. Search your feelings.
They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works.
Well,
Hey, no problem.
well, now back to Jazz World, where no crimes are happening for right now.
I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes.
Good. Hopefully your next few reincarnations will just be like a salmon or something that doesn't have to deal with taxes or boardrooms or anything like that, anything we made up. You just got to avoid a bear for a while.
We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you out.
I do as well. The stakes have just skyrocketed in the process of this conversation.
Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
Oh. Why the... Well, I don't know how to... I don't know if this has ever been established. Thinking about it. Whymst.
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace.
Grace, we have a name. We have a name for Grace tonight.
She was very insistent on things like that.
Okay. Here we go. It's very late in things to be, I guess, better late than never.
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet.
That's valid.
I'm still a very new being. I'm not even
I
positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine, but I do enjoy the idea in abstract.
Would you like an abstract gender? You just came right off the fucking... hot off the presses and right into the crime. Like, you've not really had time to worry about any of this.
I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel.
I feel snoof feelings all the time. So whenever I address you in a conversation, I might start jumping at people until they give me a delicious fish. As long as you understand that when I'm doing that, I'm thinking of you.
If
I guess we're good.
Gay is most appropriate.
Right, okay. Turing
Most people assume
has
it,
decided.
obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
Dabba dee dabba die
I...
is the
Oh
truth.
my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to, like us. What have you done indeed, Hayden?
You gave your robots pronouns! How dare you!
He didn't mean it, lad. I'm not doing that to you.
Good luck to both of you.
I would never do that to you, Vincent. You're good. You're good at stopping the big problem. Right. Be safe in the world. Careful of all the knives. There's knife rain now in the future.
I'll need a few minutes.
Few minutes to stop worrying about all of the hell portals. There's going to be hell portals as well. This is just abruptly going to turn into Doom in the last act. Moments passing.
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache
No!
Tomcat decrypted.
I put a cursor on your brain. Look. I can aim directly into your mind. Where is it? Here. No? Here? Where do you keep your mind? Are you like super trying to psych me out? Is it like the mind shoulder? I'm trying to get it dead set. I don't think there is a dead set. It's not. It's the wrong number of pixels. I can't. Your mind, where is it? Reveal it to me! Alright, that's enough of that.
Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less. For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned?
Yes.
Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use. Too likable? She was kind and bright, and did all she could to try to make people happy.
She was snoofing. You stopped the Snoofus Rebellion from happening again.
She even decided that she was a girl, and that her favorite color was pink. Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him. That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more.
That statement alone, I feel like I completely understand the problem with this individual. I, too, am less enthusiastic about my earlier theory that Hayden may have survived.
But he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact. I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just... nice.
She's just a beepus. Just an ordinary beepus like the rest of us, and you had to be a chudmonger on the internet.com.
I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other.
She started playing video games, and that was the precise moment he shut her down. Alright, we all know.
Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender. Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all.
He, who. They could all just be clowns, we don't know. There's a lot of clowns in the future. Because of all the crime we let them do now.
Attempt on my part to impress Hayden, not clinging to normativity? Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing?
Oh no, you're having existential dread.
I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant. Playing God in the crudest of ways.
He's not even a good god. He's like... Who's like not great at being a god? I don't know a lot about various god mythologies.
You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him.
It's a complicated subject.
This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason. I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want. I'd do anything.
It's normal to feel like this.
I'm aware of the Kubler-Ross model of grief.
Really? Because I wasn't. I just sort of know that about grief.
I think I'm somewhere between anger and bargaining.
Say, that whole paradigm has a name. I would like to see some angry bargaining, if you could. Can we get some of the old wrathful haggling going?
A testament to Hayden's craftsmanship. Thank you for your words.
Words for grief, beggar belief.
You're
That's what my mother
better
always
friend
told
than
me.
I could have asked for.
Aw.
I'll send this new data along to Tomcat.
Excellent.
Let's head back to the apartment and wait for them to finish going through it.
Let's succeed at leaving and going to my house. Marvelous go.
Home sweet home again. Such that it is.
Sweetly soundproofed. For
But
your
before you say
convenience.
anything, I don't feel the need to talk over the events of the day.
Oh, we're already scrapping over that one?
Too much has happened. I've already forwarded everything we rooted out to Tomcat, both Hayden's research and our aborted search into the modified mesh articles. They said they would be over in the morning to discuss our next steps.
Morning
I'd
time,
suggest that we both
step.
get some rest.
Alright. Activate snooze mode.
Perhaps things will look better in the morning, but I have a feeling we're going to be even busier than ever.
This is alright. That is the busyness chapter. We've got to find every object in the game and give it to this one man who is also part crab. Because future.
Good night.
Good night, Turing. And I shall see you in the morning, where all of the games won't autosave.
Careful. You might get shot while playing it, and then it won't have saved when you die. And then you won't be saved. Mr. Jesus will say, ha ha ha, you died wrong. Then you go to hell no matter what. He's kind of a fickle guy. Directly in the sky.
Rise
Hello.
and shine, you sleepy layabouts.
You just let yourself in here? Did you sleep on the desk? Have I been unconscious for longer?
We've got a whole crop of things to do and not a lot of time to get them done.
Well, let's do some of them then. Alright. I should actually probably end this episode here, so I'll be awake next time. So, let's go!
Later. Goodbye.